Hi there, and welcome to MS-DOS Game Reviews, where I play some ancient games and talk a bit about the experience. And yeah, you can follow along and see what it was like to play computer games in 1987. And the game we are looking at today is a special one. It's called Elite, and it's the first of the space trading games. So before Elite, there were some other flight sims. There were even some spacey games, but Elite takes it to a different level. It's really a really good game. So I'm not used to playing Elite as much. I've played games that were based on it. Most notably, my first experience with this was with Wing Commander Privateer. So that's an old game in itself, but yeah, I was always interested in Elite because that's where it all began. That's where that genre began. So on myabandonware.com, there's a very short description and some screenshots. So there's some comments as well. I don't think they really do it that much justice. So you can download the manual, and when you do, this is what it looks like from myabandonware.com. And you can see it was like a pressed paper cover, and the scan is kind of nice. You know, it was a scan of the booklet, so each page side by side, and in true fashion of the times, the manual was pretty good. Gave you like a little bit of a story and hand-drawn art to go with it. And I don't think you get that with games anymore. I mean, these days you just download a thing on Steam and it just throws you in. And, you know, if you're lucky, there's a tutorial. But no, not so much. Yeah, you get like really good game art, and then a bit of a description of what the buttons do. And considering the length of the game, pretty soon you know all the buttons by heart. You know, there's only a handful or two handfuls of buttons you can press, so you do get to learn it by hand. Then this is your first star map, and that's your sort of range where you can get to. And keys, and it comes with some strategies to try, and then of course descriptions of every spaceship. Now, of course, due to the limitations of the computers at the time, the models are quite basic, triangular, very sharpish. So it tells you how to trade and what things are supposed to cost. So there, it gives you an average there. So if you had the manual up and you go, okay, yeah, I'll know what average is, and then when you're trading, you can actually make some money. It's highly recommended you write this sucker down if you want to play the game, and then drive around your spaceship in the galaxy and see if you can trade some things while avoiding to get shot. So there's some more really beautiful art, and then some screenshots from the game, and then political profiles. It just goes on and on. Information you need to know, and there you go. Some views of the ships, how they look, and what to expect from them. So as I say, the models are very basic. But definitely sufficient for the game. Yeah, they're of course really integral part of the game. But there you go. Okay, so that's the manual. And for a really good look, I suggest you get it down yourself. And then you have pilot's log again. Photocopy quite a few of these pages, you know, back in the old days when you made photocopies, and then you can keep a log of what it is that you were doing. But enough about the manual. let's get on to the game itself. So I'm emulating here, I believe it's a Tandy. Yeah, I'm emulating a Tandy machine and using about 1500 cycles and a 386 processor, which was pretty par for the course in that time. Of course, with the remakes, the game really benefits from higher graphics. So yeah, without further ado, let's kick it. So to allow for different speeds of machines, you have two versions. You can have a shaded with far nicer graphics, but unless your machine is a powerful 6 megahertz 286 or greater, it'll not run very quickly. So we're emulating a very powerful machine from the point of this game. So we're going to do shaded elite, and as was common with these things, you'd have to have program protection. Now this one's been cracked, so anything goes. And that's your Cobra Mark II, some soft background music, and you have your HUD displaying everything, but we'll get more into that. Okay, so game copyrights, and there we go. You are Commander Jameson, and I believe if you press escape, you could save your commander, and we'll just do Everett. Okay, I've saved Everett. You can change your controls here. I've tried playing it with a joystick. It's actually easier with a keyboard. And yeah, mouse was really interesting. Anyway, so you're controlling the game with the function keys. In the manual, if they say F9, it's actually F10, because they can start counting from 0, and on a modern keyboard there is no more 0. So if you go down the keys, this is your inventory. You've got enough fuel for 7 light years and 100 credits when you start. And this is you. Quick little description. I'm harmless. I've never killed a spaceship in my life. So market prices. If you were looking at the manual before, you could say, yeah, okay, food is much cheaper here than anywhere else. Textiles as well. I mean, we could, in theory, cheat and go to the manual. Oh. And they did have market prices here. Here we go. So food was average 4.4 and textiles 6.4. So let's switch back to. So textiles, you're not going to make anything here. Food is cheap, and it's cheap because Lava, which I'm at, is an agricultural planet, so it makes food, even though it's a rich agriculture. So we can look at the other buttons. So you have a short range shot, and you can see I've got lava selected, so we can select some other planets. So if I go here and press on my keyboard F7, it's a democracy and it's an agricultural planet, so we're not really interested in agricultural planets. So let's see what this one is about. It's anarchy and it's a poor agricultural. So again, no good for us. We want to have like an industrial planet. Somebody that would like to have probably food. So it's a poor industrial, so they want food, but they don't have money. So yeah, you have to think about what it is that you're doing here. You know, if you're just trading, you're always going to be trading things from planets that make too much of it to planets that really want it. Where were we? It's a mainly industrial. Okay, so let's see if we can run a haul of food to them. So yeah, we're gonna aim for Aurora, and F2 gives you the buy cargo. Oh, and they have 11 tons. So let's buy 11 tons. So B for buying and 11 tons. And there's some money left, so let's see what else might they have. Furs. Yeah, maybe furs. Let's see, furs costs 66.4, and quickly looking at the manual, furs is 56, so that would have been a loss. Yeah, so what else? Textiles is overpriced over here. Minerals 11.5 maybe. Minerals here 8. No. And then kilograms. Well, I've got 69 credits. Maybe I'll buy 10 tons, 9 tons of textiles just to make any money that I can. So, oh, hang on. Textiles 6.4, which is pretty much average price. Yeah, let's buy it. Let's buy 9 tons. Okay, so now if I'm looking at my inventory, I've got 11 tons of food and 9 tons of textiles, and I have our rare V selected, and now we can kick off. So pressing F1 launches you from the space station, and now you're on a flight sim. So speeding with the greater than and less than keys, and you can spin around, and that is the space station where you just took off from. So landing is tricky because the space station moves, so you gotta get close and then basically turn your ship. You only have, let's get back out into space again, and we're gonna hyperspace to the next planet, and hopefully I don't get blasted out of space before I get there. So J, velocity lock, so you gotta have full speed, and then there's bound to be somebody shooting at me already. So hopefully they'll just go away. There we go. Oh, stop shooting at me. So in Elite, there's no shame in running from a fight, but if they are damaging your shield too much, you just turn around and give them a little bit of a taste of their own medicine. And you run away again for a bit, get them behind you, and where's this guy? No. Yeah. Oh. I had him in my sights. Okay, let's run. There's a shield getting beaten to pieces, and now they're chewing through my hull. I don't have a lot of hopes for this game. I find that even when you're starting off, there is hordes of enemies, hordes, and there's not much getting away from them either. And it's kind of unfair. There's 10 guys attacking you 10 minutes into the game. So let's see if we can sneak past them again. So buying cargo, buy 11 tons of this, and buy 9 tons of that, and then kick off. Pick a planet. Let's go to Oreve again. Now it's anarchy, and that's probably why I'm getting shot at. Let's look at Riorte. Does that look like a poor industrial? Now you see, I don't have a lot of choices here. Listy. Who are you? Industrial. Yeah, let's go to Listy. Hyperspace. Okay. F1 hyperspace. Maybe my ship is just not equipped to handle such. And, let's see if I can get to Listy. There's somebody out there. Hopefully it's not somebody that's unfriendly. So yeah, there's a lot to this game. Now you can see on my compass there on the lower right. It first locks onto the planet while I'm far away. That's of course, that green thing is a planet. And when I get close enough, it pops over to the space station. So space station, if you navigate, it should be somewhere ahead of me now. So we'll just sneak closer. Sneaking closer. And you can probably too close to the planet to use my jump drive. Now the jump drive just speeds up the game. Hyper jumps from one star system to another, and then there's another. Oh, supposedly say. There we go. Okay. So the idea here is you slow down first. Let's not destroy my spaceship straight up. So what I do, you can change views while you're flying: rear view, left view, and right view. So I want to get that spaceship to my right, I believe. Let's just see. Okay, change. Now I could just try sneaking in there now. That'll probably kill me, so let's not do that. Looking for the planet. So the door always points to the planet. So let's go to the planet for a little while. Sort of helps you with aiming. So when you see an altitude drop, you are close to the planet. Spin around, get the space station right there. And I really miss jaw motion. Okay. Alright, so let's sneak a bit closer, see how we're doing. And yeah, that's pretty cool. Sort of line up with the center. It's always tricky. And dead slow and level. And I have landed. So now, if I'm going to sell my cargo, I actually make some money because I bought a 2 point something, so I can sell 11 tons, and then textiles sell 9 tons. And then if I look at my character, I now have 113 credits. So the first thing I have to do is buy fuel. So press buy, and now if I'm going to look at my ship, I have fuel for 7 light years again and 105 credits. So after all that, I made 5 credit profit. But the planet I'm on now, leasty, is industrial. So then you'd go and look at what they have to buy, and they make things like computers, machinery. Of course, important, every time you have a successful flight, you save and then you go again. So with Elite, it's a lot of grinding. You know, you're spending hours and hours flying and fighting, and you can even mine asteroids. And yeah, it's a very, very involved game. And even though I've only played it for a little bit, you can see how you can sink months of playtime into this game. So that's why this game got such a huge following. There's people playing it today. There's been remakes. The most notably on Linux, there's Oolite, which looks beautiful, but it's very true to the original concept of the game. And then, yeah, like I said, Wing Commander Privateer was one. Privateer 2 had some elements of the same game. And there's even a Elite Dangerous on Steam that you could buy. So really, really interesting game. You can have missiles, you can fire them, but at 36 credits a pop, you know, firing a missile equates to quite a lot of flying around, trying to make a little bit of money. So yeah, a tricky game to play, but still good. So I'm gonna save my name again, and yeah, exit to DOS. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, you've liked it, and we will see each other again on the next one. Goodbye.